Hello and welcome again to everyone who's joined. Thank you all for taking times out of your busy schedule to join us. My name is Megan Ng. I am part of the Common Sense team, and I'll be your host and moderator for today. I'm pleased to introduce my teammate and colleague from Common Sense, Mark White. Mark is our Senior Living Sales Director, and he's also our resident Senior Living Operators Expert and Foodservice Software Guru. We're also happy to have Bob Moulson join us here today. Some of you may be familiar with Bob from Complete Purchasing Services. Bob is the Director of Professional Services and Corporate R&D at CPS, and we're really happy to have him here today with us to share his expertise on how senior living operators can reduce their costs and minimize waste without sacrificing nutritional needs and preferences. To start, I'll just go over a few housekeeping rules. The first one is just let everyone know that a recording of the webinar will be sent to you, and any resources mentioned will also be sent in an email in a few business days. For everyone's optimal viewing and listening experience, attendees will be muted and have your video turned off for the session. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to drop them in the Q&A button just at the top of your screen. They won't be answered until the Q&A portion of the presentation, but you can put in those questions in any time and we'll be sure to get those responses for you. Okay, so on the agenda today, we will kick it off with how to drive efficiency through software and data, the benefits of eCPS through eCPS RDS, how eCPS RDS drives savings, and then we'll go into the Q&A session, as I mentioned. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Bob.
Good morning or good afternoon, everyone, and thank you to Common Sense for having me participate today. As you heard from Megan, my name's Bob, and just before we get into the content, I thought I'd like to get the audience up to speed on the partnership we have between our two organizations. For those of you that are not members of ours, I'm representing Complete Purchasing Services, or CPS for short. We're a group purchasing organization that serves predominantly senior living homes within Canada. And part of what we do is we seek out partners that offer solutions to our members. And we're always looking for new partners in this space, and that's what we've done by partnering with Common Sense Solutions, the company that Mark and Megan are representing. They provide software and hardware solutions in the senior living space, and this partnership provides a software solution for our members that they may be looking for a discounted price as a member of CPS. But that's not all. Today, we're really talking about the efficiency that can be had by the partnership that we have between our two companies. And each of us has something to offer here. So let's get into it. Utilizing software to manage recipe, menu, or resident data provides efficiencies in process and waste. But software alone won't provide considerable savings by itself. Similarly, data such as recipes or menus without using software provides some time savings, but really not a lot of efficiency beyond that. The sweet spot is combining these two tools to achieve the greatest efficiencies in your home, and that's where our partnership really shines. Looking at this visually, Resident Dining Solution, or RDS for short, is the software that Mark will be discussing today, and that is like the framework that organizes all of the data that CPS provides. We provide recipes, we provide menus, we provide products, and these are the building blocks that are housed within RDS that users get access to. And it's the combination of information that CPS provides within RDS that Common Sense provides that can really provide significant cost and time savings. So let's take a look at what I mean. In order to understand how these two pieces of support work together, I'm going to give you a look under the hood at a piece of the data that CPS enters into RDS for our members to benefit from. Here, you're looking at a screenshot from RDS of an item for cottage cheese or ingredient. What you can see here is one portion of that information. It's the purchasing section of that item. There's also one for nutrition, amongst other things within RDS. But this is the information that you could benefit from by using RDS because our team at CPS updates product information for a number of distribution partners across Canada. You can see here, it's listing Cisco Woodstock, Cisco Moncton, and Cisco Edmonton, but there are also many more distribution partners that we support within RDS. What this means is that when this ingredient would be used by a user, such as yourself, the specific product from your distribution partner, whether it's Cisco Woodstock or perhaps GFS BC or any of our other distribution partners, it will pull in the cost, nutrition, and product info that you have available to you from your distribution partner. So let's see what this would result in from your perspective. The most clear-cut example is how this would impact recipes. If a home is a CPS member and utilizes RDS, they get access to approximately 7,000 tested recipes that we've developed in our culinary center. This also includes all texture-modified versions of each recipe that we test. I mentioned they're tested because this is kind of unique within the industry to have your recipes tested, and we really pride ourselves on this. And utilizing RDS to access these recipes provides a number of benefits. As you may guess, regional recipe pricing. So let's say you're a chain that has homes in various provinces and you buy from various distributors. You could utilize a single CPS recipe with the same ingredients within RDS, but each home would see different pricing and different nutrition based on the products attached to the various provinces. We saw this on the last slide when looking at cottage cheese. So if this cottage cheese, for example, was used in a homemade lasagna recipe, the lasagna recipe's price and nutrition would differ depending on who's looking at it. So this one recipe may cost $1.25 in Ontario, but it may be $1.45 for a home in BC. So this is one value. But perhaps even more useful is that it also applies to custom recipes. So let's say you're a home that has many custom recipes, say Chinese recipes or Polish recipes or any other regional cuisine. If you build them within CPS RDS database, you would automatically receive the pricing and nutrition for that recipe because we've taken care of all the ingredients. So I hope you can see how the time that you would actually save by sourcing and testing recipes in your home. No longer do you have to source and find those recipes. We should hopefully have something that is very similar to what you use today that you can utilize. And also, it'll save you money by providing you with a standardized costed recipe instead of utilizing untested recipes. So they'll yield properly and you won't have as much food waste. Beyond receiving standardized recipes within RDS, as a member of CPS, you would also receive access to 3 seasonal menus that we develop and populate within RDS and launch every March and September. These menus each are compliant with your provincial regulations. We ensure that they work for any home across Canada, no matter where they reside and what regulations they need to meet. The menus also provide full nutrient analysis based on, again, on your regional products that you buy from your distribution partner. They would be costed based on the regional pricing, again, based on your distributor. And finally, these can be customized, these menus can be customized to meet your needs and wants and will update cost and nutrition automatically. Just like recipes, utilizing a pre-built menu that has been costed and is well balanced will save you a lot of time if you're still doing this yourself. It will also save you money because you will know what your menu costs theoretically. I'm a fan of the saying, you can't change what you don't track. Let me say that again, you can't change what you don't track. So having these theoretical menu costs will allow you to track your menu costs over time and also allow you to identify high cost days to get your menu cost down. Finally, the other major efficiency that can be had from using RDS and utilizing CPS data is you can use our menus, modify them to meet your needs, or even create your own from scratch, and then be able to generate shopping lists for your specific distributor. So here you can see a sample shopping list from RDS. It comes with distributor codes for each product, item descriptions, pack sizes. It can include cost, and even includes menu needs for forecasting based on the residents you have entered within RDS. Even generating this shopping list once at the start of your menu season, so you have all the codes you would need to buy, is extremely helpful to get the menu out quickly. If you're looking for volumes as well, you could generate this report before placing any of your orders so that it will tell you exactly how many cases you need to buy of each product. So I hope you can see the value in leveraging the partnership between Common Sense software and CPS's data to save you considerable time and money. And with that, I'll pass it off to Mark to share a bit more detail about some functionality within RDS. Mark?
Oh, you're muted, Mark.
That's a great way to start, isn't it? Thank you. And hi and welcome. I'd like to show you how RDS and CPS work together to support food cost control, staff efficiency, and resident satisfaction. I'll be walking you through a quick overview of what RDS and CPS can do for you. I'd like to begin with a quick snapshot of our PCC integration. This allows key resident information to flow directly into the resident page, enabling instant tracking of diet orders, diet types, textures, and allergies. The reason this is important is everything starts with the residents. Whether information comes from PCC or is entered manually, this is where we track diets, allergies, dining areas, and even room details. This data is critical to resident safety and well-being. While it remains a top priority, it's really not the focus of today's discussion. Today, we want to focus on reducing food cost and food waste using RDS and CPS together. We can help reduce food cost without compromising resident experience. RDS increases labor efficiency by removing manual ticket sorting and improving communication between front of house staff and the kitchen. We'll also cover how to control food costs during staffing shortages. This all begins with CPS purchasing. By importing vendor lists and pricing, RDS tracks ingredient costs as they flow through recipes and menus, giving visibility into each meal, daily, weekly, and monthly costs, ensuring residents get a satisfying nutritional meal every day and keep costs within budget. As the ingredients are in the system, we then move into recipes. As Bob said, CPS offers more than 7,000 recipes aligned to the ingredients you already order, simplifying purchasing and decision and vendor management. Local vendors can also be updated and entered manually as needed. You can use the filtering to pull up entrees, desserts, side items, and such to access the recipes quickly. You can view allergens, production areas, and quickly copy a recipe if you want to easily make variations. From here, I can click on a recipe like hash brown casserole and pull up its information. As we open the bacon and cheese hash brown casserole, you'll see the general information displayed, and you also have quick access on the left-hand side to go to both costing, nutrient values, allergens, and even preferences very quickly. Or I can scroll down the recipe to see all the information available. As you scroll through the recipe, you'll see the step-by-step build, including ingredients and HACCP instructions. And yes, you can easily add your own recipes on top of the CPS library, all with built-in HACCP steps. From there, we keep scrolling down to the costing page to see the cost of each ingredient based on the amount used, along with the cost per serving and per finished recipe. Recipes can easily be scaled to any quantity and costing and nutrient data updating in real time. So if you do make a change in it, the nutrients and everything are updated instantly. So once again, the recipes are established, we move into the menu section. CPS, as Bob said, can provide 2 menus annually. If you choose to use them, they are presented or change any items that built into your community. But this makes it very quick and easy for an opportunity to immediately start using the software. You also have the flexibility to build your own menus based on resident requests and preferences, including unlimited specialty menus, holiday menus, always available menus, cafe menus, and even fully extended menus for particular diets and textures. If changes are needed, you simply click on the day to view and modify each meal scheduled for that day. As I click on day 1 of the menu, this displays the portion sizes, number of servings, and clearly indicates whether each item is a house meal or an alternate option. You have the ability to upload photos of recipe items, whether generic or actual items photographed within the kitchen. These can be displayed on tablets, eliminating the need to produce show plates and helping really reduce food waste costs. Also on the screen, as before, you can click on any option on the left or simply scroll down to access the costing section. In the costing section, you can see the portion size, number of servings, cost per serving, and extended cost based on the number of servings. From here, we can continue scrolling down to review the lunch and dinner costs. As we get to the bottom of the page, the costing page, you'll see a breakdown of cost per serving for the day, as well as the extended cost per resident. You may notice one item showing no cost, my French fries. By clicking on that item, you'll be taken directly to the recipe, where you can identify the missing cost and trace it directly back to the item level to manually enter the pricing and ensure accurate end-of-day totals. Once you have this, we can use accurate production reports. As Bob said earlier, using good data will funnel through for accurate reporting and usage. We can reduce food waste by 5 to 15% through better demand forecasting and advanced meal selection. Lower food costs per resident day by aligning production with actual consumption. Going into that same day 1 production, we can pull reports needed from the menu and see all the items that will need to be prepared for dinner. I can also click on View Dining Tickets and pull my resident tickets as seen on the next slide. Here, tray tickets, you can see each resident's dining area, food order, highlighted diet requirements, and any flagged allergens. With that context in place, we'll return back to the production reports, because at that point, having accurate production numbers is key to eliminating waste and overproduction. With these numbers, I can go into each individual recipe and scale them as needed. At any time, kitchen staff can access recipes for upcoming meals and begin preparation. Here we're pulling a scaled dinner recipe based on actual counts and forecasting, helping prevent overproduction and reduce food waste. There are report templates that allow you to build a report, name it, and save it, making pulling daily and weekly reports quick and easily, and literally a simple click at a time. Here I have an example of a recipe for dinner that I pulled up with exact measurements needed for the proper serving amount. This enables you to prepare meals closer to actual consumption needs, and inventory is used more efficiently, reducing spoilage and unnecessary purchasing. Also on the resident page, we have a module called Order Taker in RDS that you can take orders at mealtime and send them back to the kitchen from tableside, just like in a restaurant. Or you can actually take them prior to mealtime and print out all the dining tickets at once. This also gives you the option to take the meal orders up to a week in advance. Advanced meal selections really improve forecasting for daily and weekly menus, leading to more efficient dining operations and precise purchasing. Staff can spend more time less time taking orders and correcting mistakes and spending more time supporting residents. Kitchens can plan production more precisely across independent, assisted, and memory care. Common Sense has multiple tools to support community dining across all levels of care, from advanced order taking to resident order portals, web ordering, kiosk ordering, and all POS capabilities. The partnership between Common Sense and CPS continues to grow every day. And with that, I'd like to pass it on back to Megan.
Thanks, Mark. So it's Q&A time. If you guys have any questions for Bob or Mark, and you haven't had a chance to enter them, you can do that now. There's a Q&A button just at the top menu bar of your webinar screen. So I'll give everyone a few minutes to enter any questions if they haven't had a chance to do that. I do see one question here already, and it's, do I need to be a member of CPS to use RDS? Mark, would you like to take that one?
Sure. No, RDS can operate in any community, in literally anywhere in the world. We specifically concentrate on North America, but there are certain advantages of being a CPS member, special pricing, the support and help from CPS regarding menus and recipes. But by any means, RDS can operate alone, but the partnership with CPS certainly has a lot of benefits that are there to offer.
Awesome. Bob, did you want to add anything to that?
Mark, did you mention the preferred rate?
I did say preferred pricing, yes.
Yeah, preferred pricing, yeah. That's
yeah.
And of course, yeah, access to the recipes and menus and ingredients that we talked about is really the big benefit of being with both of us. It's the sum of the parts is greater. It's like 1 + 1 = 3. It's kind of like that. If you just use software, you get one efficiency. If you just use recipes and menus, you get one efficiency. But if you use them both together, you're getting efficiency times 3.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Great. Okay, so we've got another question here. Do you need to add resident data to RDS, or could you simply use it for recipe and menu management?
Do you want me to take this, Mark?
Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Sure. You absolutely could use RDS without resident data, and you could still benefit from having the access to the CPS recipes and menus and products. If you're a CPS member, you could simply use our recipe and menu system, eCPS Menu Builder, which I'm sure you're familiar with, if you don't need resident data. However, what RDS provides, even without resident data, is the ability to create custom recipes and get accurate nutrition and costing, because it has all of that product and ingredient level detail that we program into the system for you. So that's the piece that you'll have to make a determination yourself. If you have a lot of custom recipes, let's say you're a Polish home or a Chinese home, and you have a lot of custom recipes, really you need the combination of RDS and all of the CPS ingredients and recipes in the background to utilize that and take advantage of it.
Okay, great. Okay, so it looks like we have one more question here. I think you guys will have something to say for this one both. So if I'm interested in learning more, what should I do next? Do you want to start first, Mark?
Sure. There's several opportunities. We're going to give you some information here at the end on how to contact Common Sense or me directly. If you intend on using the full benefit of the CPS RDS, you can certainly contact Bob at CPS, and he can help you as well.
Yeah, if you're a member of Complete Purchasing, I would say reach out to your account manager. They're kind of your starting point to get introduced to myself or Mark or both of us, and we can provide a live demo for you. If you're not a member of Complete Purchasing and you'd like to become one, you can go to ecps.ca to start.
Yeah, okay, so that wraps up our questions for the Q&A portion. Bob, do you mind sharing the last screen with the okay, great. So yeah, that wraps up our presentation today. Thank you all for joining us and taking time out of your busy schedules again. If you have any follow-up questions, you can email us sales@csense.com. There are links there for Common Sense as well as Complete Purchasing Services if you want any more information. Otherwise, you can expect an email from us with the recording and some resources in a few days. Thank you all. Have a great day. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.